Hi everyone, I'm Torzi and welcome to this 30-minute yoga sequence with Runna. We're going to start this class in a cross-legged seated position, so just take your time to join me here on the mats. Just resting my hands on the knees, or maybe you want to rest them on the thighs or hold them in the lap, whatever feels most comfortable for you. Let's just take a moment here to lift the shoulders up to the ears and pull them back and down the spine, maybe doing that a few times here. Just releasing some of that upper body tension and tightness. And then once you feel settled in your starting pose, just gently draw the eyes to close or soften your gaze. When we close the eyes, we immediately invite this sense of looking inward, checking in. So as we start class today, I encourage you to observe how you feel physically in your body in the present moment and space. So let's take a body scan together, drawing our attention to the top of your heads. And then just gently working your way through the body, all the way to the tips of your fingers and your toes. And as you take this body scan, we consider how we feel in our body, our muscular system as a whole. But we can also start to identify and acknowledge those spaces where we often find ourselves holding on to tension. This may be the hips, maybe the upper back, the neck. We can send love to these areas, but also keep them in mind as we move through our practice today. Beginning to extend your awareness of your body towards an awareness of your pattern of breath. So initially we don't intentionally alter the breath, but we simply become aware of it. This may be the first time today or in a few days, a while, that you've checked in with your breathing. So just take that time now to observe your inhale and your exhale. To set ourselves up for a really positive practice, I always like to take the time to breathe with a bit more depth. So just place your hands on your belly here. And as you breathe in, feeling the belly expand in your hands, filling with air. As you breathe out, letting the belly drop back to the spine. So inhaling for the belly to rise, expand. And exhaling for the belly to fall, relax. Just taking these deep breaths in your own time and space. Preparing the body and mind for the movement that lies ahead. Okay, let's take our final deep breath together. Before lifting our hands to meet in front of our hearts, take this time to set a small positive intention or goal for your class, or maybe just thanking yourself for taking the time to unroll the mat today. Let's get ready to move on with our sequence. We're going to come over the knees and come into an extended child's pose to start things off today. So just draw your knees to the width of your yoga mat, toes to touch behind you, hips to sink back to your heels, and then we're walking the hands forward in front of us on the mat, lengthening into the spine, releasing into the upper arms, and opening into the hips and the pelvis. Taking those deep breaths in this first posture. We're going to shift our child's pose into a lateral variation here. So lift your gaze to your hands, walking your hands off to the right side. You can place your left hand on top of your right as you drop the forehead back down to the earth. And you feel that stretch through the left side of your body. Okay, lift your gaze up to your hands, draw the hands through center, and then walk them off towards the left side. You can place that right hand on top of the left as you drop the forehead back down to the earth. Doing an amazing job. Cool, let's lift our gaze up to our hands, walk the hands back through center, and then gently shift the palms towards us here, lifting up through the hips and drawing those knees underneath our hip points. Palms of the hands are resting under shoulders in our tabletop position. We're going to root down through our right palm here. Take a deep breath in, lift the left fingertips up, opening into the chest. Exhale to thread your needle, so draw the left fingertips through the gap, ground the right cheek, and reach the right fingertips towards the top of the mat. Releasing into the left side of your upper back here, and tending to the neck and the shoulders. Okay, draw the right palm closer towards you, root down into it. Take a deep breath in to open the chest, lift the left fingertips tall. As you exhale, draw the hips back to your heels, left fingertips to back left corner. Reach the right fingertips up and back for your modified hero. You have an option here to take it into a half camel pose, lifting through the hips, opening into the front body. Great, let's drop the hips back down. If we've lifted them, take a deep breath in. Exhale to ground the right palm forward in front of you. Inhale to open the chest. And exhale to root the palms back in that tabletop position. Really nice, shaking through the hips. Let's break up this flow with a bear pose, tucking through the toes and lifting those knees a few inches off the earth, activating this strong body weight posture. Full body activation, legs, arms, core, feeling strong and stable. Welcoming those little shakes as the body strengthens in this pose. And then dropping at those knees down to the earth and untucking at the toes. Root into your left palm here. Take a deep breath in to reach the right fingertips up, open the chest. Exhale to thread your needle the other side, so grounding the right cheek and walking that left palm towards the top of your mat. Releasing into the upper back body, neck and shoulders. Nice deep breaths. Warming ourselves up. Okay, let's draw that left palm closer towards us, root down into it. Take a deep breath in to open the chest, reach the right fingertips up tall. Exhale, guide your hips back to your heels, root your right fingertips to the back right corner of the mat, and lift the left fingertips up and back for modified hero. You have the option to lift through the hips, taking a half camel variation. Doing a beautiful job. Let's drop those hips back down if we'd lifted them. Breathe in together, and then exhale to root the left palm down. Inhale to reach the right fingertips up, opening the chest, and then exhaling to come back down to the earth, meeting me here in this tabletop position. We're then going to walk our hands forwards towards the top of the mat, tuck through the toes, lift through the hips, and move into our downward facing dog here, first of our practice. So take some generous pedals of the legs here, just bending through one leg, straightening through the other. Starting to warm up through the calves, the hamstrings, and the soles of the feet, whilst we push down firmly forward with those hands. Bending as much as we need into the knees to help us cultivate a lovely long spine here in our downward facing dog. Let's look towards our hands, take some gentle steps towards the wrists. Drawing our feet to rest, hip width distance underneath us. Folding forward over those legs. Encourage your hands to draw towards opposite elbows here, just to really allow us to let it go in this ragdoll variation, shaking things out from side to side. Awesome job. And then drop your fingertips to frame your feet. Take a deep breath in to slide the fingertips up the shins, lengthen the spine, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, lifting tall. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Amazing job, guys. We're meeting in mountain pose at the top of our mat. Feet are firmly rooted to the ground, hip width distance. You may just want to lift through the toes there and then draw them back down to the earth. Just really feeling that sense of connection between our feet and the ground beneath us. We have a lovely even sense of weight here, a lovely long spine, and the palms of our hands are facing forward by our sides. Now we're going to flow through 3 rounds of sun salutation A, but we're building an energy on each round. So we're going to be having a marked shift between each flow. From there, we'll take on a challenging standing sequence before moving into some of those deeper runner-specific stretches. So let's come into our first round of 3 of sun salutation A. Take a deep breath in to circle sweep the arms, lift the arms up to the ceiling, high mountain. Exhale to nice and slowly for this round, take your forward fold. Inhale for flat back, fingertips to shins, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Root the palms, step the right foot back, followed by the left. Take a deep breath in as you push away from the earth. And as you exhale, drop through the knees, hug the triceps to the rib cage and lower your chest and chin down to the mat. Untuck the toes, push into the tops of the feet. Inhale to lift through the heart for your cobra pose. And exhale to make your way back to your downward facing dog. Let's take a pause here, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Stunning job. Look to your hands, step the left foot forwards, followed by the right. Take a deep breath in to lengthen your spine, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, lifting tall. And exhale, hands to your heart center. Fabulous. That's 1 round of 3. Coming into round 2 now, we take a deep breath in, we bend into the knees, circle sweep the arms, lifting tall, a little bit more energy this round. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Root the palms, step your feet back to your plank pose. Exhale, take chaturanga or knees, chest and chin. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look to the hands, take a step towards the top of your mats. And then once you're here with me, breathing in to lengthen the spine, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise, lifting tall. Exhale, hands to hearts. Good, so we can see in round 2 there, we built a little bit of speed, a little bit more energy into the practice. And let's welcome one more shift for round 3 of 3. Deep breath in to bend into the knees, lifting tall, high mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Root the palms, breathe into step or hop back to your plank. Exhale, take chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look to your hands, take a generous step or hop to the top of your mats. Breathing in to find your flat back. Breathing out to fold forwards. Breathe in, root to rise. Breathe out, hands to your hearts. Perfect. We're going to come into a wide leg fold now. So come and meet me widthways on your mat. If you're practicing with someone else, just make sure you have the space where you are. Toes drawing outwards to encourage an external rotation through the hip. Draw your hands to your hips. Take a deep breath in. Soften into your knees and fold forward over your legs. Good. And in a wide leg fold, I just like to gently sway from side to side, just easing myself into this posture. But you also might want to welcome some stillness here, drawing your hands to your shins or your ankles. Lovely. Okay, all together we're going to guide our hands off towards our right shin or ankle. Brilliant. Coming back through center, making our way off to the other side. Great job. Coming back through center here, fingertips grazing the earth, soft bend into the knees, hands to hips, push into the feet, lifting up through the body. Great. From here, we're going to move into our balance challenge. So drawing the feet to be about hip width distance underneath us, we're going to take a figure 4 balance today. So we are going to root down through our right foot to start. We're going to encourage our left ankle to rest over the right thigh. And this balance is challenging because it involves us lowering our center of gravity. So we start to shift that body weight lower. We draw our hands to prayer and we encourage our elbows to meet at the knee crease and the arch of the foot. This obviously depends on limb length, so don't worry if they don't match up perfectly. But in this pose, we access a really great rotation into the hip and a stretch into the outer hip and glute, whilst we really strengthen and stabilize in this balanced pose. Figure 4. Great stuff. Building resilience and stability through the grounded foot and the ankle. As we transition out of this pose, you're going to really gently lift through the chest. See if you can keep that contact between the ankle and the thigh as you lift through the arms. Just a bit of an extra challenge. Drawing the hands to your heart center and then releasing the feet to meet. It's a tricky balance, so really great to be giving it a go. Shake into the hands and the feet, and then let's root through the opposite foot, shifting the ankle to rest on top of the thigh, and then again lowering that center of gravity, encouraging the elbows to meet those points, hands to meet at the heart, pushing firmly through the foot, balancing the body on one leg, while stretching out that glute and hip of the leg that's crossed over. Breathing deep really helps in this pose, I find. Cool, let's gently shift ourselves up, lifting through the body, a little bit of a challenging transition there. Seeing if we can reach the arms up and then guide the hands down to our heart center. Amazing. Let's release those feet to meet and then shake into those hands, into those feet before coming back to the top of our mat together. Draw the hands to your heart center. Take a deep breath in to open the palms up. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift the prayer. And exhale to fold forwards. Step the right toes back behind you, drop down through the back knee, untuck the toes. Inhale, low crescent lunge. A little bit of flow here. Exhale, draw the chest forward, airplane the arms behind you. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, draw the palms to meet. Guide the prayer behind your neck, stretching into the upper arms whilst we open into that right hip. Good. Okay, deep breath in, lift the prayer above you. As you exhale, start to shift the hip creases back, framing those fingertips either side of the left leg. Roots down into the right fingertips here as you lift the left fingertips up to the ceiling, opening into the chest for a half split twist. Brilliant. Let's guide the fingertips back down to the earth. Shift our weight forward into that left foot. Palms framing the front foot, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Guide the feet to meet in plank position. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog or cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look to the hands, take a step or a hop to the top of your mat. On your inhale, reset, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And then this time we're stepping our left toes back behind us. Drop the back knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale to lift for low crescent lunge. Exhale, chest draws forward, fingertips aeroplane behind us. Inhale to lift. Exhale to cactus. Inhale to lift. Exhale, draw the palms together and guide the prayer behind your neck, stretching into the upper arms as we open into that left hip. Deep breath in to lift the prayer. Exhale to shift the hip creases back, fingertips dropping either side of that right leg. Rooting into the left fingertips. We reach the right fingertips up, coming into a half split twist. Brilliant job. Let's guide the fingertips to frame here, shifting our weight forward into that right foot. Draw your palms either side of the right foot, lifting through the back knee as we tuck the toes, guiding the feet to meet in plank. Breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale, up dog or cobra pose. And this time as you exhale, just simply draw your hips back to your heels, meeting me in an extended child's pose. We'll take 3 rounds of deep breath here in our own time. Lovely work. Lift your gaze up to your hands. Gently walk your hands towards your knees, meeting me in a hero position at the back of your mat. You're going to take a tuck of the toes here and just take a few rounds of breath, stretching into the soles of your feet here, the plantar fascia, that base of the foot, the tissue that carries us around all day. Giving it a good stretch for the toes as well. Brilliant. Let's release our feet there, coming back to that hero position. We're going to shift our hips off to the right, toes off to the left, drawing those legs forward in front of us on the mat. We're going to come into a final little bit of activation before we make our way onto our backs. We're going to take a boat pose. So coming to balance on the sit bones here, interlacing our fingers behind the knees as we lift those heels in line with the knees. Opening through the chest and making sure we're not kind of sinking into the upper back, keeping the heart space lovely and open. We're then going to release the fingertips, extend them towards the top of the mat. And as you do, really feel that core switch on. We really have to kind of activate through the abdominals there to keep strong and stable. Let's take a deep breath in here in our boat pose. As you exhale, tap your toes to the earth. Inhale to lift. Exhale to tap the toes. Inhale to lift, and exhale to tap the toes. Good. Lifting the feet up, draw your hands to prayer at heart center. Take a twist towards your right side, welcome the shakes. Come through center, twist to the left. Come through center, and then release down. Good. Cross the ankles here, take a deep breath in, lift the fingertips tall. And exhale to fold forward over the cross of your legs. Reaching the fingertips forward in front of you. Releasing into the hips, glutes, and lower back. Beautiful job. So almost there, guys. Let's walk the hands towards us, reaching the fingertips up to the ceiling, and then grounding your palms behind you, fingertips face forwards. Lift through the heart space, draw the shoulders together. And you have the option here to lift through the hips as well if you would like. Just deepening your back bend a little more. Okay, dropping your hips back down to the earth. Let's come down onto our backs. Final posture before Shavasana here is a simple reclined butterfly. Once you're on your back with me, just drawing the soles of the feet together, letting the knees draw out either side, and just allowing for final opening through the hips and a generous stretch for the inner thigh, the adductor group. Amazing. Take your final deep breath in reclined butterfly. Guide your hands to the outer thighs, drawing the knees to safely meet, and then extending those legs forward in front of you on your yoga mat. Allow your body to feel heavy on the mat. Allow yourself to entirely disengage, relax, softening through the face, the jaw, the belly. Just letting it all go here in this moment. Corpse pose. Take these final minutes of the class entirely for you, welcoming stillness and softness. Okay, everyone, let's start to gently wiggle through the fingers and the toes. Gently rocking the head from side to side. And preparing to draw the knees up towards your chest. Giving yourself a lovely big hug and just a gentle rock from side to side on the spine before rolling over to your right side. And making your way up into a comfortable seated position in which we can end our practice together. Lengthening into the spine and drawing the crown of your head up to the ceiling. And once you're here with me, circle sweeping the arms, meeting the palms above the head, and then guiding our hands to heart center. Just take a final moment here to thank yourself for dedicating this time and space to your yoga practice. And I really hope that you enjoyed this sequence with Runna.